All right. Well, welcome everybody. Jason Pellin in the house. We have Cheryl Wilson, Tammy Hu. Super excited to come to everybody here this evening, have a little bit of fun and learn how to educate people. And through education, bless other people up. And then in return, we get to make more profits and great BV and then get referrals and build ABC pattern. And that's what it's all about tonight, right, Jason?
That's right. That's right. Follow the simple steps and be a success.
That's it. That's it. Well, we're going to go through a lot of information here very quickly this evening, but just have your notepad ready, be ready to go. And I'm going to throw again into the chat here for those of you that are just joining us a number of resources for you to go ahead and click on those links and download those links. They're all available within your support materials in the USA, that is, in the US, support materials in case somebody's joining us from outside the US. You might say, I got a few of these, but I'm not seeing a few of these other ones. But coming soon to all markets, but we've got some incredible resources here we're going to be going through with everybody here tonight. And I'm just going to show, we're going to do things a little bit different tonight because I'm just going to show a PDF versus a PowerPoint. And the reason for that is we thought it would be, instead of going back and forth on a PowerPoint, we just want to go through the product event protocol PDF with you and explain a little bit of the logic and energy behind the step-by-step setup of putting on an incredible wellness event, product event. And step one is, of course, planning the event. You got to get it in the calendar. And so a quick reference off of that, every single one of you, I hope, when you are setting up a new one franchise owner, is downloading and sharing with that brand new person, of course, our blueprint for success, the getting started guide. This is the checkbox system that everybody should be checking off the boxes. And I
Right.
always say, if you check off the boxes, you should plan to make money. And if you don't check off the boxes, then it's like not showing up to work, and most employers are not going to pay you any money. And if you're the business owner and you're not showing up to work, you will quickly be out of business. And so in here, as you can see on page 4, what are we going to do on page 4 is we are going to schedule our events. And so if you haven't scheduled a home wellness event, a beauty event, a business event, and by the way, how many should you schedule? What do you guys think? Jason, how many, when somebody says, well, how many should I do? And it's like, I just keep doing them. And as they're successful, you just keep doing them. And we've had many people just continue to do them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We recommend starting with two when you schedule it, but you want to get to the point where you're doing them weekly and leading through, referrals and the ABC pattern. You should be having multiple events per week that you can plug into with you and your team.
That's right. That's right. And so we're going to move right into page number 2. And this is incredible from a step-by-step standpoint. We have none other than professional coordinator Cheryl Wilson out of the Florida market. And her team is red hot and rolling doing wellness events, which is why we have her joining us here this evening. And most of you saw her on the big stage at Leadership School. And wow, she did an amazing job there. But that was 15 minutes, fast and furious. We have a little more time tonight to break things down. So Cheryl Wilson, have at it.
Thank you, Colin. Guys, I'm so excited to be here tonight. Loving, loving, loving doing the wellness events. You know, the wellness event has exploded our team. It's changed everything for us in the past year. So this is so wonderful tonight, being able to help you guys really put this together. Because what's the key word? Simple. And the other key thing is this is duplicatable. Thank you, Colin. Thank you to all the corporate team for actually taking and putting these step-by-step guides out, everything that we need. So we're going to roll you through this. We're so excited tonight. So let's start with step 1. Step 1 is just choose the date, the time, and the location. Sometimes I find just choose the date to start with, okay? Get it in the calendar. You can figure out where you're going to do this. And use your new partners. Also use potential partners. Use your customers, whoever you need to get it rolling. And you know what? If you're the leader and you need to get the ball rolling, you schedule one. Just get it going and get people there. It can be anywhere. It can be in the home. Home is the absolute best place to do this. But if you need to, you can use an office, you can use a clubhouse, you can use anywhere. It's just take action. Now, the best part is we have everything there where you can now choose your favorite wellness presentation. Gone are the days where we had to make it all up, figure it all out, and decide what we were going to cover. Colin, you have uploaded so many great wellness presentations. So you can just go all the way down the list. You can see the one that you want to do. You got it. That's all you need. And one of the other documents that is now here that I absolutely love is that guide to effectively inviting guests. The guide is there. You just go in and print these docs. You've got it right there. It tells you what to do. It tells you how to follow up. It tells you how to make sure they're coming. This has gotten way too easy. And the wellness party invite, there's actually a flyer back there. There is still the printable health survey. We have that incredible 60-second, the health quiz that we have. But guys, you still have the health surveys back there, your order forms, and a follow-up tracker. All right, here's the key. You want to make sure who it is that is going to do the slide. So you're going to download it. But guys, the biggest thing you can do is you want the team approach to this. So you want to figure out who are the people on the team, assign the slides, decide what everyone's going to do. So nobody has this enormously big task to do by themselves. We're going to break it up among people. And know what that's doing? It's building your leaders. It's helping everybody step in. That's where the ABC pattern is coming from. And the next thing you want to do is you want to schedule. We always try to schedule about 45 minutes for the presentation. That way you've got time when it's over for the meeting after the meeting. We often find people don't want to leave. People staying like an extra hour because they're talking, they're tasting, they're doing lots of things. It is fantastic. But get your guests early. That way you've got about 15 minutes for people to come, welcome them, and then you can get started on time. And for your presentation, what are you going to need? Obviously, you're going to need I love the printed health surveys. I know we have the health quiz. I am still a good old paper girl, and I love to have something to walk away with that meeting from, because now you have that follow-up that you can go with them as well. But we now have that new online health quiz that is dynamite. Name tags, pens, file folder for each guest. So you're registering them right near the door. You want to make them feel welcome. You want to make this very, very simple to do. I love name tags. I don't want to say, hey, you. I want to be able to say their name so it's personal. We want them to feel so comfortable when they come in with us. And we want to make sure that we're going to be setting up a product display. But here's the deal. We are not setting up every product in the company. You want to set up the products you're going to talk about. Make it simple. It can be really pretty, but the easier, the better. And then you can hold products up during the presentation, which it's always show and tell. People absolutely love that. And then the samples, the trial sizes, you want to make sure that they're ready to go. If you have giveaways, you want to be sure that is there as well. And product demo, this is great. And Colin, thank you for putting the digestive enzyme product demo right into the new slideshow that we have, which is fantastic. You've also got demos for doing the multis. You've got demos for doing the OPC as well. So guys, everything's turnkey. It is so simple to be able to do this. And I love what Colin just posted. Plan around 7:15 to 8 o'clock. That's a great time to do this. People have time to get out of work, do what they need to do, and then you've got time for your meeting after the meeting. And you want to make sure that if you are going to do the demo live, which you can do, especially the digestive enzymes demo, be sure you've got that with you. You want refreshments there, and you want to do any displays that you're doing, keep it super simple and practice testimonials ahead. You don't want people going on for 15 minutes on a testimonial. And I love that you plan a great outcome for the event. These are so much fun. I mean, truly, when you come, the guests get excited, we're excited, people are getting to do tasting, they're getting to do lots of wonderful things with this. And as Colin mentioned in this great, and by the way, how are you guys loving all of the steps to take you through this? It is truly now turnkey. So we want to make sure we got everything ready. And I love, Steve just posted how many testimonials. You know, typically we will coach people ahead of time because they want to tell their own story, but we want to condense it. Stories should be around 30 seconds long. We usually do maybe 2 or 3 testimonials for like OPC, maybe a testimonial or 2 about the digestive enzymes. but you want to not have the whole room, every single person, because that'll turn the event into hours. Remember, we want to get this done in about 45 minutes, but help people practice the testimonials. So it's a quick 30-second, what they used, what happened, how great they feel, move on. Okay, Colin, I'm going to turn it back to you.
I love it. I love it. So it's also worth noting that everything you see in the PDF in the download you received is a link. So you click on anything blue, it'll take you right to it. I don't know if Cheryl picked up on this, but the new wellness presentation I had inserted in here. So that's the newest download. So it takes you right now to the brand new wellness presentation, which I also updated a little bit as well. I'll show that in just a few minutes. So let's jump over to Tammy Hu, and she's going to be talking about inviting to the presentation.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
And by the way, also I should also mention both Cheryl Wilson and Tammy Hu achieved the Chairman's Challenge. They are both red hot and rolling because they are doing these wellness events, which again is why I have them in the session with Jason and I.
Thank you, Colin and Jason invited me to share. So actually, before this business, I was active duty in the U.S. Navy right after college. So I have no business background at all. I didn't know how to sell. And then so I think this home events actually changed is a game changer in our team, because once we do it, not just the result, but also the process is fun. It's not when you do it one-to-one, you are more focused on the end result. If you have no, if the customer didn't order, the new people will feel frustrated, right? But when we doing the home event, they actually enjoying the process. Even though sometimes you don't have the end result, but it's a great feeling, and then they will follow us. So this is why I really liked, thank you, Colin, came to over San Diego and then teach us step by step. So to me, all these steps, all steps are important, but inviting is crucial, because once you increase your invite rate, right, when people show up, the rest, actually the event will take care of it, right? And so how to invite, before, just let Cheryl say that you need to book at least 2 dates, okay? Why? Because when we invite, we ask for the first day, but if they say, oh, I have something to do that night, then we have something coming out, hey, what about the second day? So I really recommend you to schedule 2 events ahead with your new partner. That's first thing. And then the best way to invite, to me, it's calling. And of course, nowadays, especially young people, they don't like to call, right? But normally we give them a text, hey, are you available? Sometimes, curious cats, people say, oh, okay, what's up, right? If they don't respond, or sometimes I normally will wait until they respond. They will respond. We will say, hey, how are you doing? Okay, are you available right now? And because I find out the successful rate by calling, it's higher than just text, because when you text, you give their room to think and then make an excuse, say, oh, I cannot make it, right? So once they reply and I give them a call, the first sentence I will say that, hey, it's only a minute. So I let them know that I'm not gonna talk for a long time. And then I very like to use my why. I always tell my new partners as well, use your why to invite, okay? And we find out that it's personal, because they are our friends, right? They're your friends, and then they know you. So to me, I say, hey, Jason, how are you doing? Right? Thank you. And it's only a minute. And I'm in the Navy, and then we've been knowing for each other for a while. And probably you don't know that I really want to spend more time with my kids. That's why I'm thinking about doing right now side business to help me maybe get out of the Navy when the contract ends. And so I start this new business venture that we actually carry various products line, and one of them are wellness event. Wellness, health and wellness. Okay, and so I know that because we are co-worker. And last time, remember you told me that you have some joint pain, right? I would love to invite you. So. So sorry. Before I use my invite, I will ask, hey, Jason, what are you doing on Thursday night? And
There we go.
Nothing, right? I don't have
okay,
anything going on.
great.
Why?
If you have something going on, I will say, how about Saturday? So that's why that 2 event is important, right? So
Brilliant.
you have to lock them in the event first to say, oh, nothing going on. Then I will say with my wife. Okay. So Thursday night, I have actually a wellness preview. Okay, and then we'll share a lot of updated information, and maybe will help you out since you have the joint pain that I know. So I would love to invite you to come in. So that way people, and then because when you use your why, I always say that people probably will say something about the product or say something about the business plan, but they will never attack your dreams, right? Because your why will touch people. That's personal touch. They won't say that, oh, Tammy, I don't want to come. I don't want to help you get out of the Navy. I want you to stay in the Navy and then being away from kids. No, right? So when we apply that, we find out that our inviting rate is really high, especially those not a warm market. You know, those people that, for example, my kids' classmates' parents that we don't really get really close, right? It's easy for you to invite your very close warm friends, but those names that let them know that, oh, you are coming to help, and at the same time it's a wellness event. Okay, and sometimes we actually help a partner right after convention in Seattle, and then she is a nurse, and she invite her friends to say, hey, I have a friend coming in and we will have a wellness dinner. And then, so it doesn't to be a dinner, it's like finger food, but that's how she know it. So when the girls, so 6 of them show up. So our inviting, if you want to have 6 people, so depends on 5 or 6, invite double. Okay, make sure that you call those names. Your names are your inventories. Okay, if you have 10 people say, yeah, I can come, expect like 5 of them show up. Okay, that's a normal rate. If you want more people, then probably you need to invite more. So that's one. And then also if they say, oh, I don't have time the first date, and then I will say, okay, how about on the weekend? And then if they still say, oh, I have something going on, and then I will actually ask the third. So when is the time, since I already picked up the phone call with Jason, I want to see him, right? So when is the next earliest time we can meet up? So I already give him 3 time frame. If he reject 3 of them, and I know that's not his timing, okay, he is, I will leave him alone for a couple months. So that's another way that we can sort it out with the names that who we can spend time and follow up with. Okay. And then
and you know what, Tammy, it's worth noting on Tammy's point, there's brilliant, by the way. So she gives the choice of 2 dates. The third one, though, is like, what works best for you to meet for coffee or whatever. She's going to, and most people, if you get to the third one, they'll tie that down. Like that'll totally land. And then you just go meet. Hey, evidently what I got on the schedules are going to work for the person. We're going to go meet for coffee one-on-one. Perfect. Right. So that's amazing.
Yeah. Cause the first 2, I give the choice based on my time frame. Right. And the third one, I give on their own time frame. If they all say reject, then they already give you that. So that way you save your time, and then you follow up with the other name list. Okay. So that's another way that because since the new people, they pick up the phone and call, it's hard for them. I want them to lock up an appointment, no matter it's a wellness plan or it's one-to-one. Okay. So once they confirm they are coming, and then the night before, I will say, okay, great. And I will send you the information. So I will actually text them the flyer, also the time and address, and the day before the event, just remind them. Don't say, hey, Jason, are you coming? I like to come and say, Jason, thank you for accept my invitation, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at my house. A friendly reminder. One of my partners, she is not, she doesn't like to confirm, because she tell me, I feel that if I confirm with them, they will say no to me. I say, if they are not coming, at least you already know ahead of time, right? If you don't confirm at that event, if the expectation too high, you will have a lot of disappointments. So it's a business, it's and it also is a way that you can duplicate. Not everybody is stronger than like me. Some people they're new, right? They're nervous. So confirm, and then I normally will when they write the name list, I will go with, I actually sit next to them and then go over their names. I will do like a 2-minute name jogs. Like last night, Corin, we did 2 minute, and then guess what? Four new partners write down more than 30 names. That's important. Okay. So I say the past 2 weeks, who you have contact, your family member, your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors, right? And then your kids, classmates, parents, you went to a party last weekend, and then people that you know with. So when you're doing this as a senior partner, you actually work them through how to write names. Otherwise, it's hard for them. They are prejudging people. He's too busy. She have 3 kids, she's too rich, right? College too rich. He doesn't need it. He had a 1-acre house. He doesn't need an opportunity. So, but when you sit next to them, you go with them. I really big on the new partner 90 days, first 90 days. They are babies. So we have to feed them every single step that what we needed to do and then do it together. So that's my sharing. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, Tammy. And it's worth noting, folks, what you give energy to will expand, positive or negative. So we have to feed our mind with the negative. We have to anticipate that they're going to give us a positive response back. If you're already psyching yourself out and what if, all these what ifs that could happen, all you got to give energy to is that we're going to bless a lot of people at this event that we're going to have. It's going to be so much fun, and the education and the information and the principles we're about to share are going to help people level up in their lives and feel amazing. And so when you really know that, then you can't help but over invite the people. But it's all energy, and you got to give the right energy to expect the right energy back. Right energy back.
Well, I love hearing from both Cheryl and Tammy how they prepare for the event. And sometimes I think people prepare more about what they're going to serve for their food at the event than the actual event. So that was great. Some light snacks and refreshments, but really do the job of making sure it's a successful event up front. Be prepared.
There you
I
go.
want to add one more about the food. Normally, we serve the food after the event, because people, they like to stay when they're eating, they stay, and then that's the meeting after meeting start. But we did one time that we served before. You can never get people from kitchen to the living room. So the time is hard to control. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, the night of the event, before the guests arrive, Jason, we're going to do this one. We're going to rock this one out. So before the guests arrive, of course, we're going to email all the presenters. So the key is going back to what Cheryl was talking about before, folks. We need to communicate with our support team. Who's going to take what part of what piece? And even if somebody takes a little piece, whoever's hosting the event, I want them to get up and do the welcome. They got to have a big smile. They're very excited. Most people have already experienced our products and love our products. And so they may be the first one to kick it off with a testimonial as to why they're hosting the event, which is why it's so great to get people on the products first. And of course, we need to make sure that the room is set up, ready to go. So we got the TV ready. We got PowerPoint up on the TV. We got our cable, HDMI, everything's plugged in, ready to go. If you're nervous about that, you can test that out at home, right, Jason?
That's right.
Just test it out at home in advance. It's nothing to be nervous, but it's nervous if you've never done it before. Just like anything, you're going to be nervous, but you got to practice at home, hook it up to your own TV. Yes, it works. Okay, we're great, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if the event is starting at 7, you don't want to show up at 6:50 to try and get the room set up, right? You got to give yourself time to do some of these things.
That's right. That's right. And then, of course, we have the room set up. Always put out less chairs than you think you're going to need. You always want to have to pull more chairs out if you need it. So if you just got 2 couches sitting there and you 10 RSVPs, I'm just going to leave it like that in the beginning. Make sure I fill up those couches first. Because if you have a bunch of chairs out, everybody's going to do what? Go to the furthest chair first. That's just human nature. But you have to get up in the front row because we're giving away prizes. We got raffle tickets. Like, we're going to do some drawings. We're going to do some engagement that night as well. So you want to entice people to move to the front. Okay. As guests arrive, have somebody greet them. Hey, welcome. So excited that you're here. We're going to have them sign in on a registration sheet. This is super important. Why? Because on that piece of paper, that's how we're going to follow up. We need to get everybody's information. We need to know who brought the person you're a guest of, who invited you here tonight. And then therefore, we've got a way to follow up with them. Whatever UFO brought that person, we know who they are. Okay. You got the pen, you got a pad, you got something to write on. And then of course, Samples, have samples ready to go, because samples are king at our events. People like to, you know, touch, smell, feel, taste products. And as they do, they fall in love with it, of course. And so as you do that, and most people, we're doing like the aloe juice, or you can mix up a big drink and then just pour them into the little solo cups, the real tiny solo cups, in order to give everybody a taste test. And then therefore they taste it. They go, wow, that tastes amazing. And then it's easy to make a sale off of that. Super, super simple. And then we're going to move into the presentation. Cheryl Wilson.
All right, love the presentation. This is so much fun once you get this rolling. And you know, you want to be thinking, assign somebody to take pictures. You want to make sure that everybody's seeing the excitement that's happening, everything that's going on. And the key is we do need to start on time. But let's talk about, you know, how you can plug the team into this. So you could have just one person speaking. We're going to have our host introduce. Often it's our brand new person. So now they're starting to learn how to be in front of the room, how to get comfortable with that. But you want to think about, we've been doing this more and more and more, where we have multiple people presenting. It doesn't matter if you give them 3 slides. You know, you got to get people's feet wet. And this is the absolute best way to do it. Everybody can practice 2 or 3 slides when we get this rolling. And you're going to thank everybody for coming, how much you love the products, you know, go through. And then we have our speakers start to take over. And guys, the excitement that is there, because everybody, you know how much we all love these products. It is so much fun. And now I love all the different options for the slideshows in the back. And the fact that we now have the demos already in video. You know, so all you have to do, go choose the one. Colin, that one you uploaded last is fantastic. It's got everything in there. It's got the product demos there as well. So you can decide which ones you want to do for that. And it is great. We don't do necessarily every single one. We kind of pick and choose. My favorite is the digestive enzymes. I absolutely love that one. So you can go through, and I love that we have all those choices in there. Oh, Colin's even putting that up for us. So you can see with the videos, you have everything that you need. Not the videos, I should say, but our PowerPoints. So, and then videos embedded. They're all there for you guys. Then the speakers start to go. So who's going to be first? Who's going to be second? Who's going to be next? And we
Cheryl,
want.
let me jump in real quick. Only because I just want to show, I'm not going to go through every slide, folks, but I just want to give you the logic behind it. The logic in the beginning of the PowerPoint is, of course, education, inspiration. You're setting the tone. You're setting the table for what you're about to do. You're talking about the world, the environment. Things have changed. What does research show? What's going on with the soil and mineral depletion and treating things with pesticides and everything else? And it's time to make a change. So you're building a case in everyone's mind. If they're not already supplementing right now, they're going to be by the end of the night. But most people are, and they're going to agree with all of these slides. So you're still building the case. And then we get into, what are your goals? What are your goals? What are your challenges? What's holding you back? Supplements no longer a luxury. Okay. And then we get into digestion. As we get into digestion and everything starts in the gut, then we have the aloe juice video. You guys just push play. And then after that, we've got a slide right after it that talks about aloe juice, one slide. Then we talk about not all supplements creating equal. And then would we roll right into, of course, our brand new isotonic video, all about the delivery system, why there's no binders or fillers and everything. Let the video do the work again. And then we got the x-ray that validates that. And then it flows right into isotonics and why the glucose and the fructose. So now nobody's surprised by it. You just address why it's essential, why that helps deliver it in, okay? Keeping that simple as well. Right now, as you can see, I've got this video hidden. So it's like, well, I'm not going to show that first one, the isotonic multivitamin bioavailability. You could decide this in advance, like Cheryl is saying here, okay? We get into enzymes, and then we're going to do the pudding demonstration. Well, if you have the pudding there live, you're going to hide that video. If you don't have it live, then you're going to push play on the video and let the video do the work. That's the one for sure I wouldn't skip. I show that one every single time where I do it live. We get into OPC3. Then we've got another video, of course, on the chlorine and how that all works. I've got that one hidden because I don't show that one all the time. But of course, it depends who's going to be in that audience. Okay. I want you to think about that side of it as well. We get into the daily essential packets and what does $2.57 buy today. I updated that slide with some current pricing and added a couple of items to it. And then we talk about Core 3 Health and the Omega-3. And then we get into your body is talking, your health is an investment. How many people get confused? What about that slide? I love this slide because people are taking something anyways. So they're taking it, but yet, do they still have some challenges? And it's time to upgrade. And then we're going to roll them right into the brand new health quiz. And as we do it, guess what it does? It locks them in as a customer automatically right after they take the quiz. Now all we got to do is convert it into a sale. And by the way, the newest slide after we do the health quiz, the one that we end on pretty much, is continue your health journey. Look at this one, Cheryl. Continue locally or online through the GMTSS at a health and nutrition training. You can attend our annual product symposium. You can even partner with Nutrimetrics, and that all elevates our company, folks. That all adds huge value to who we are as a company. And then, of course, if you're going to do the paper survey and or if you're going to do there's a paper order form in your back office as well. I have those hidden right now, but you can just unhide them. Or if you say, well, it's missing a slide, I'd like to use this slide out of another presentation. Guess what? You do what you want to do. Just grab that slide and throw it in the presentation, wherever you want to put it, wherever your heart's desire is. But this is the base wellness event that every single one of you can do, and it's simple and duplicatable.
Colin, you have made this completely turnkey. I mean, this is so simple to do. Guys, every one of us can be doing this. And you know what? It's the excitement of being in the room with other people. It's letting them taste some of the samples. It's being able to do that, doing that health quiz. And I love, one of the things I especially love is going around briefly to the guests and asking them their name and what they want to learn about before it even begins. That's a big, huge thing, because then I know I'm keyed in to what I want to make sure I mention, because I'm going to be sure that gets mentioned somewhere within that health talk. And, you know, with our close that we can do, like Cullen just showed, we have the new health quiz. There are so many different ways to do this. The best part is you can customize this according to what you want to do and how you want to make this happen. And the follow-ups need to be booked. So this is important. This is where the team needs to be ready to go when the event is ending. So everybody is there helping the guests. No one goes in the kitchen and hangs out, okay? You got to be with the guests. So we actually tell people, you go over and work with these people, you go over and talk with them, see what they're interested in. Everybody's getting to taste maybe extra samples if they want to do that. It's all about making this such a fun, informational event and just making it enjoyable and sharing. And let's talk about testimonials again. So as the testimonials, those are going to be key. So when you're talking about the particular products, choose your people ahead of time. You want to make sure people are already keyed in. So no one's giving a 15-minute testimonial. Okay. Again, 30 seconds, keep it brief, keep it simple. We're booking follow-ups, we're making things happen, and we're getting the orders placed. We are still old-fashioned. We still like the paper form, and we're using the online quiz as well. So guys, you can do both, because that way we have paper and we leave with it. We've got all their information on there. We've got everything that we need. So we love being able to do that as well. Blown away by this PowerPoint. Colin, I love the slides that you've added. This is just such an easy way to make a difference for people.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Cheryl. Amazing job. And Tammy, let's round it out with the follow-up, because that's where the fortune's at, right?
Correct. Yes. The main purpose is not just to have doing the one event. Most important is the new partners, people behind them, right? And then also follow up, that the team follow up. Just let Cheryl say that at that event, you will notice some people, the guests who are really into it and they want to know more. So target those. So me as a leader, I will target one of those people, and then I also will work with the teammates. Just let her say, okay, you talk to her, you make sure that the customer had a one-to-one, because maybe the customers, they have some heart related concern, right? It's not covered by these slides, not omega-3, or they have like joint pain or others. And then most important to me is to let them to do the 60-second survey, because before we will have to manually put their email in and they say, oh, I will register you as a preferred customer. But when at that event, so much going on, and then it's hard. But now it's easy when they take this 60-second survey, they automatically are your customers. And then you, as the host, you will receive the email that what they are from their recommendation regimen of products. You know that, oh, they probably have sleep problem, right? Nerve system or digestive system problems. And then me as a speaker, I will emphasize it today only, that it's 10% off, because you want so it's a business. I know some people, some of my new people say, Tammy, don't push it too much before the event. They say that, but I know my role, right? My role is to help them to even close a deal, no matter it's one product or two products, to give the confidence on the new partners that they say, oh, I can do this again. I didn't expect that, right? I thought it's only information only, but oh, wow, who doesn't love a sale? So I will make sure that I will emphasize that. I will give the credibility to the host. I say they are he or she is your friend. They are generous enough to give that 10%, but only today. Okay, I can say that as a speaker. And then most important is the follow-up after the event. Okay, so senior partners like me, I will talk, hey, so that person you invite, so they received products yet, I can actually see the orders from my team. But I will make sure that the new partners, they know how to follow up. So that will be guidance through the next. So the day one, right? You thank them for the place the order, and then when they receive their products, and then tell them that, hey, can you send me a picture when you're taking it? Why? Because you want to make sure that customers open their products. And then second, they take it correctly. No matter what you say at the event, it's a lot of information for them. So you make sure that give them another, go through how to take our products. So that will be the 137-1421 that we're talking about retailing. And so yeah, and then another important thing, make sure let the host to send the catalog, okay, through the app, because that's so that way when they go home, and we actually have those new orders like sunscreen that we have that tested. It's not within the event, but we always carry products. We let them try it, and then like a few days later, they order a sunscreen, because when they see the catalog, they open and then see it. When they see something that we mentioned at that event, they probably will put in the cart. We never know, but we need to use the tools to follow our guests. Yeah.
Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys, everybody on here with us tonight. We actually have an extra guest on with us tonight. I invited this Unfranchised Owner on because I saw a post she just posted from doing a home wellness event. Kim Rayner is on the line with us here out of the great state of Wisconsin. And I seen she was using the new wellness presentation, and they had great results. So Kim, take it away.
Hi, Colin. Thank you for the invitation to be here. And what great information. I actually, I love the idea of attaching your dream to your invitation, because who's going to argue with your dream, right? It's easy to say no to the other events. So this is actually the event that we had last Sunday. We did our event on a Sunday afternoon. We had 5 guests. 4 of them were mine. One of them was one of my unfranchised owners. We had 3 unfranchised owners that participated in the presentation. We each knew what our segments were at the beginning of it. We picked the parts that we wanted to do that were our favorites. We showed the video on isotonics, the isotonics delivery, and we showed the one with the light bulb. And we did the digestive enzymes presentation live and in person because that's a great thing to do. It's so easy to do in person. We had, let's see, I had one new customer order $321 in retail who had not ordered from me before.
Let's go.
Right? That was really exciting. I have one customer who was already a customer, and she ordered a new product based on the health quiz. And I have
Woohoo.
one of the guests purchased. One of the guests is taking a multivitamin for somebody over 50. He's waiting until those are gone, and then he's going to try our multivitamin. So delayed, but okay. And he'll still get the 10% discount because they filled out the quiz. So the first order that they get, they're going to get that 10% discount anyways. So I too like having things for people to take home. So we typically print out the drugs that gobble nutrients, and we give them that so they have that information to go home. We also shared the catalog with the people that were there, and we had TLS muffins that were made. Somebody makes amazing TLS muffins. We explained that is part of our weight management program, and we actually, our next 3 events that were coming up were Go Trim events that were coming up. So we had events booking into that, and our presentation lasted about 45 minutes, but people were there for about 2 hours, sat and hung around and talked and chatted. And I typically, when I have a client that's getting new products, I ask them to call me the day that they get delivered to their house, so we can actually walk through the process of what each of their products are. And I can actually walk them through the process of mixing their supplements, showing them what to do, and explaining what to take in and answering the questions, because nobody is going to remember what we offered or what we talked about at the time of the presentation. So,
Excellent job. Excellent job,
Good
Kim.
job.
Everybody show some love for Kim in the chat. Throw a 1 in the chat if she did amazing. Her team is red hot and rolling, and that's what it takes. That's what it takes. I'm going to brag on a few more people as long as we're on with this. Aisha, look at Aisha, man. Had another wellness event right here. Great job. Another wellness event here in Florida. Fantastic show this past week. Look, they got the PowerPoint right up on the TV screen there. Amber Evans, look at her. I love these two, by the way. Simple product displays, nothing extravagant, nothing anybody, just a couple products, the main products you're going to be focused on. Cheryl Duchess and her team always red hot and rolling with wellness events. Great job there. Todd Cheek, making it happen. Another little wellness. By the way, whenever it's like, well, we didn't have that many people, we only have 5 guests. 5 guests, fantastic. You got 2 or 3 guests around the kitchen table. It's amazing. All right. Another one with Cheryl Duchess and her team. By the way, these are the ones I found on social media. So if you're wondering why I didn't find yours, I didn't see it on the Facebook groups. But anyways, Chris Miller, great job. Oh, there's Cheryl Wilson, her team here. Everybody's making it happen there. Nancy out of Arizona, great job with that team. Tammy, oh, there's Tammy. Who? Let's go. And there's Judy Huntosh out of Minnesota. Roxanne Reed out of Illinois. Anyways, guys, absolutely amazing job. Hey, stay focused, stay the course right here. A little Dennis Franks right there. Going to hit that tonight. By the way, a little nighttime cocktail with the H2 tab in it. You know, I'm making it happen. All right. Anything you saw in the chat, Jason, that we need to hit right as we close this out? Any questions or any important? I did notice that Steve Boston threw in, by the way, if you didn't notice, in the health quiz, we made a modification 2 days ago, went live. Now with every quiz result, everybody gets the H2 tab as an additional. Always H2 tab, because it's an easy add-on no matter what that person's taken, right? So fantastic. H2 tab's been added.
Yeah, definitely activates everything that you're taking. There are some questions about how do we know what customers are assigned to whom in a health event? Well, if you're sharing any asset from your marketing app, or you're sharing anything from yourshop.com, those customers or those potential customers will be registered to you, whoever shared the invite. And we have some questions about, well, why might they not be? Well, if they're already previously registered with someone else, another unfranchised owner, when they log in with their email address, well, they are already assigned to someone in that case. But yeah, if you're sharing the health quiz asset or any information from the app or your shop.com links, they're going to be directed back to you.
Absolutely. And there's a new video that I did a couple days ago, 7-minute video on 60-second health quiz for all new unfranchised owners. I'd recommend doing a coring with that video with your entire team because I go through a couple frequently asked questions on sharing it. What if I don't get the email? How come I'm not getting the email? I show you how to find it in spam. I show you how to what maybe filter setting you've got turned on your phone because most of it's user error. I hate to say it. It's either user error or somebody's a customer of somebody else in our system, or maybe they're a former UFO that's in our system from years ago, but they're still in our system somehow. And then you might need to call on franchise services. Okay. But I address that in that 7-minute video, but that's something you should be doing with every new onboarding person using the quiz because we want them to have a positive experience and we want their customer, the prospect that they're sharing the quiz with, to know that they're going to have a great experience, recommend the products, everything is off to the races, turnkey, ready to go. And by the way, as you use the health quiz and they see how easy it is, then they experience the products, they're loving the products, and they say, maybe I could do this too. Well, if you want to get your products cheaper, maybe you should host a wellness event and the whole team will come and we'll help you. And they're so excited, right, Cheryl? They're already getting results on the product. Why wouldn't they host a wellness event now at the height of their excitement, by the way? They're super excited. That's when you got to ask them to host a wellness event. Don't ask them to be a UFO yet, then host a wellness event. It's kind of backwards because now they get all stressed about it. And now I'm a UFO and they, like JR says, you kind of like, I don't know what to say because now I'm a business owner. It's like, oh, it's like, okay, just do it first. And then if we do it first, we get that success set in motion. Now they come into business. $200 in sales is met right out of the gate. They're excited and they can build this business. So much confidence, ready to go. Red hot and rolling, red hot and rolling. So huge thank you to everybody that joined Jason and I here tonight. Cheryl, Tammy, Kim, incredible job here tonight. Keep it up. Keep your foot on the gas. I know all of you are going for the current chairman challenge. And by the way, if you're going for the current chairman challenge in the chat, throw a 1 in the chat. I want to see a lot of 1s in this chat because everybody should be going for the chairman. I mean, if you're doing the health quiz, automatically it's going to lead to this retail sales, hit the 5,000. You're going to retail to recruit people. And we have a number of people using the quiz that have already achieved the chairman challenge at this point. One was on our session the other night, Allison Abbott, already. I mean, 5 people sponsored. Elizabeth's almost a 5. She's like, I think I'm going to double it. Elizabeth, right? She's like, all right, I'm serious. Let's go. All it took was James and Marion challenging her at the last event. And now Elizabeth's like, all right, get out of my way. So it's amazing. But you got to set the goal first. And that's why you get 3 health quizzes done every day. So whether or not you're doing a wellness event in person, by the way, you can take the same thing we're sharing and do it online. And you could do it one-on-one. Just somebody come over to your house and sit at the kitchen table, take your laptop and share the presentation. Simple, folks. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it fun and keep growing. Thanks, everyone.
That's right. Have a great night. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations.